Hi, it's Trisha, the knitting lady. And the craziest things make me look. Look at the rain coming down and the light. The light on the building is reflecting against the rain. It's kind of cool. I know, I'm crazy. Okay, you're probably wondering, what is she doing now? Well, I got a good bed, or a new bed, and you can adjust the head of it so you can sit up. So I can sit up in bed. And I have to show you this bed in the bag bundle that I got. Really good buy at, what is it? Great Lots. Big Lots. I always seem to find things in Big Lots. I don't know if any of you do, but okay, let me get out of here. One moment. Here we go. All this for $20, $19.99. Not bad, huh? I was also able to get a NutriBullet. I've had one of them before, but this was on sale for $49.99. I think I could have got something on Amazon, but I grabbed it. So I already made myself a smoothie. So I did get some bargains today. Okay, it's time for trivia. But in the meantime, I'm still working on my top. See, if this works out, next one I make is going to be solid color because you can't see the stitch definition too well. It's top down. Hopefully it's going to fit. It looks like it's going to be a little small, but maybe not because last time I did it was too big. Okay, so it looks so plain in the background. I made the decision today, I'm just going to go ahead and get my stuff moved. I have to go up there and meet them. And then they'll move the stuff. It's all going to be done in a day, really. It's going to cost me a little bit more, but I went with it because, number one, they moved my stuff to the storage unit. I was very impressed with them. I've moved a few times, and I had used a moving company when I moved from Arizona that taught me a lesson that you don't skimp. So I'm just gonna go ahead and they're going to just take the truck and load my stuff. It's gonna be a waste of space, really. And then they might use a small truck. They'll stay overnight. I'll drive it all in one day. So I'll drive up, I'll stay overnight, meet them in the morning, drive back that day. But now have this comfortable bed. Oh, look at this hair. It was funny, I was running around today and then, because they came to deliver the bed, they set it up, and then I decided to go to Big Lots, and I kept letting people in front of me, so it took me forever to get out of the store. And then I came back, I was doing Amazon Prime, looking for deals. So I got a few things. And I stopped myself. I was going to go even further, but I said, no, let me get my stuff here first. See what I have and what I don't have. And I know you probably said, don't you know that by now? No, I don't. I don't remember. Hey, the brain is going. What can I tell you? So, did you know that guinea pigs are not pigs and they're not from Guinea? And today is the birth date of Prince William. He was born in 1982. And freeze-dried ice cream was developed by Whirlpool. I remember when they first showed that at the World's Fair in New York. And I tasted it and I was like, eh. Whirlpool was under contract to NASA. And they never used it in any space missions. So I'm not really surprised. Okay, on this day in 1788, New Hampshire became the ninth and less necessary state to ratify the U.S. Constitution. And the electoral vote was as controversial then as it is now. At first, I was not big on the electoral vote. I said, why don't we just use the popular vote? Until I really studied it. And then I understand why they have the electoral vote. And I hope they don't do away with it because, you know, just pockets of population are going to control the country. And we don't want that, really. But that's it for politics. Like I said, I have a degree in political science. I can really get into it. But this is not what this channel is for. And there was a little bit of trivia from not yesterday, the 19th. That was the day before. On June 19, 2013, James Gandolfini, I should know how to say his name. He was the lead in The Sopranos. He died while he was on vacation in Italy. And I have a little bit of trivia about him, personal stuff. You're going to say, don't tell me you met him too. Well, yes, I did. And I'll give you the whole story. A lot of the cast members came from the movie Goodfellas. I know, Ben, you've seen the movie Goodfellas. Lorraine Bracco originally was supposed to play the wife, but she had a different idea. She wanted to play the psychiatrist, Dr. Jennifer Mulvey. And that's what she wound up doing. Edie Falco played the wife. I personally only watched Sopranos 1 or 2 times. I'm not big into that. I always remember he wasn't technically my grandfather. He lived with my grandmother for years, so he was like a grandfather. His family was from Italy, and he always got mad about all that crime family stuff. And he said he always felt that most people thought all Italians were involved with the mafia, which wasn't true. So I always remember him complaining about that. He had a butcher shop in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. That's where my mother grew up. So my grandmother lived with him for years. I guess really it could have been common law marriage. But he treated us like we were his grandchildren. And I remember that big house in Conshohocken and helping out in the butcher shop. And my pay, anybody see those long pretzel rods? That was my pay for helping out. I used to enjoy helping out there. But I always liked those long pretzel rods. I don't buy them because I try to stay away from all that. But that's the only snack food I really like, pretzels. But I like the long pretzel rods. So Tony Sirico, he was a criminal in real life. He played Paulie Walnuts Gualtieri. I'm not sure. He had a long rap sheet with 28 arrests. Became an actor. And the theme song, Woke Up This Morning by Alabama 3, it was Alabama 3 was an English band, and the Rob Sprague, Spragg, wrote the song, and he based it on a 1996 murder. The trial of Sarah Thornton. She stabbed her alcoholic husband to death, and after suffering years of domestic abuse. So that's what he based. He came up with the idea from the song. So it was a surprise to him that it was used for a show with mafia, really. But the theme of the song is kind of violent itself. Now, getting back to Sopranos. For those who watched that show, remember the pork store? Now, that pork store was really a store or a building in Kearney, New Jersey, where my brother lives. They would film that part of it in Kearney. And also Pizza Land is technically in North Arlington, but it's on the borderline of Kearney and North Arlington. I believe it's still there. Always had good pizza. It's a little dive of a place. You really can't sit there and eat pizza. It's more takeout, but they always had good pizza. So Pizza Land and the Park Store and different images. For someone who grew up in New Jersey, it brings back memories. But Kearney is the town where my brother lives. So we used to go to Peruvian restaurant that was near where they filmed it, and James Gandolfini would come in on his breaks or whatever to have something to eat. Very friendly, very nice man, never minded you going up to talk to him. So when he died, I was a little upset. I was like, why do the good ones have to go? You know, he was still relatively young, and he died so suddenly. So I did meet Mr. Gandolfini. I can't talk. And I had a boss who used to think I was Italian. And see, I can't pronounce the names. It was so funny. It was when I was a legal secretary, and we would take, he would dictate or make tapes, and you'd listen to them, and he would spell out different names, but never the Italian ones. And I'd said to him, Ira, I can't spell that name. Oh, I thought you were Italian. No, I'm not. So he finally started to spell out the names, because we worked mostly with insurance and workers' compensation. We used to have a routine. He'd come in from court and he was frustrated, so he would want to throw something. So what I did was buy a basket of Nerf balls. So he would come in, I could see the look on his face. I'd go back to the office. His office was in the back. I was his, he was a partner, I was his secretary. And I'd come in with the Nerf balls, and I'd give him 5 minutes where he would just throw the Nerf balls all over the place. And then he said, okay, now we get down to business. And we would start dictating letters and everything. But they used to laugh about that. He'd walk in the door, and I'd say to, because all the secretaries sat in the front, and I'd say to the girl next to me, Ira needs the Nerf balls. And I'd walk back with the Nerf balls. So he's still I believe he's still working. One of the partners was Harold Braff, who is the father, well, unfortunately he's gone. He died a couple years ago. He was the father of Zach Braff, the actor. and he was a character. So that was my stint of doing legal secretary work. I was going to become a paralegal, and I remember Ira saying to me, a paralegal is nothing but a glorified secretary. I can't see spending the money. So that's about it. I don't have any other stories for you. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. So hopefully you'll see me tomorrow. And I hope everybody's doing fine. Bye.